Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is your boy, the Crypto Siege, with another day in the life and the crazy life that is cryptocurrency. What is good, guys? Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope you guys have a blessed day today. Hope you guys have a successful and productive day today. I just finished watching, on a side note, I just finished watching a video with Grant Cardone receiving his Gulfstream 550 jet, his private jet. I think that's what is his second jet that he's owned. So this is definitely the new and the better version. And I was just thinking to myself, my goodness, right? And he said as he's in his Rolls Royce with his wife, he's talking and saying, you know, you guys are underestimating what you can do. You're underestimating what is possible. And here's a guy who dealt with drug addiction as a teenager for years. 10 times a day. 10 times a day he would get high off drugs. And he, you know, obviously he's turned into, you know, got a huge success, hundreds of millions of dollars in net worth and real estate, you know, that type of deal. And so I was just thinking, my goodness, you know, can you just imagine the possibilities of where we are with XRP? And a lot of people think that just in the digital asset space as a whole, as a whole in the digital asset space. I saw something that Charles Hoskinson had some major announcement about Cardano. We shall see what that is all about. Again, we are early in this new asset class. And with Cardano at 5 cents or whatever that is, right? Think about that. So, in any case, I heard about this thing about Mr. Kitao, again, the man, who is really looking to, I didn't even know there was an IR3 Japan. Like, this dude is in on everything and he is, you know, part ownership on so many things. And I know that SPQR Media had done, I haven't heard from them in a while. Had done a video about how massive SBI and Mr. Kitao is. But so yeah, so there's an IR3 Japan. Watch Crypto Eddie. She talked about that, and I had no idea that even was going on. But you know, because of all the rumors with the R3, you know, Ripple purchasing R3 and those type of things, she did a video kind of around that. She said she wasn't surprised by it, and I just thought it was interesting that, I mean, Mr. Kitao has said he's going to do whatever he can do to kind of fuse, kind of put together, merge R3 and Ripple, and whatever, through the quarter or whatever way that he can. This guy makes no qualms. He's not being secretive. He's not, right? XRP is his thing. And he knows it. Like, he is not afraid to tell the world that this is the greatest digital asset ever created. He says, just point of fact, look, in the remittance market, it saves time and money. And in the financial market, and finance and business, that is what it's all about. Time and money. Time and money. So, you know, he doesn't have to wait around and, right, walk on tippy toes around the SEC and the FTC and any other alphabets out there you can think of. He doesn't have to do that. Mr. Kitao does not have to do it, so he does not tread lightly when it comes to XRP, and I love it. This dude has our back, guys. If you're XRP holders, he has our back, and I think that's awesome. And anyone in the room willing to bet against Mr. Kitao, raise your hand. I want to see who you are. Is there anyone in the room that is willing to bet against Mr. Kitao? Wow. I think not. You know, if I was a betting man, my money is on that dude. So if he says that this is something that this is a goal, to somehow merge R3 and Ripple, so that XRP can be used in how many other ways that it can be used, whatever it is, through R3 he is going to make sure that happens. And I have no doubt about it. I have no doubt about it. Wow, that's crazy. And if Crypto Eddie said it, he said it. If Crypto Eddie has said that he said it, he said it. So, guys, this is a dude who has your back as an XRP hodler. Again, I want to point out to you, tell me, please, name me the digital asset that has people like Mr. Kitao and the team from Ripple behind them. Tell me where that exists. You've got to know that this is the greatest, and I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy doing YouTube and journaling my journey in the digital asset space. But tell me a digital asset. Name me one digital asset that has people like Mr. Kitao and the people from Ripple, the Ripple team behind them. Like, the greatest investment opportunity of 5 lifetimes, and we are all up in it. Hope you guys get it. You know, I saw someone did a video on the new XRP rich list. That would be a nice goal. That would be a nice goal to get, you know, my humble opinion, you know, that would be a nice goal to get on that list. That'd be pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. And I'm thinking, shoot, if Grant Cardone can, why can't I? You know? I watched another video with him, an interview with him with Grant Cardone and this dude named Ed Milet. I think it's Mylett. I thoroughly enjoyed that interview. Powerful. I'm gonna I went halfway through it. It's a 2-hour interview. I'm gonna go back about 15 minutes and take some notes, because there's some powerful stuff that I can use for training my team. But my gosh, powerful, and it's true. He said some things. They said some things. I was like, wow. They were like 6-figure. You know, people settle for this 6-figure thing like it's a lot of money. Both of them cats said that, and both of them cats said, in point of fact, 7 figures ain't a lot of money. Look, six figures might have been cool in 1940, Ed Milet said, but today, you know, that's not a lot of money. And to be honest, 7 figures is not a lot of money. That's what both of them said. And Grant, you know, a lot of people, a lot of people say kind of Grant's kind of controversial or whatever. Look, every successful person is controversial. You know, and they're all controversial, right? And here's the thing that I've always said. You know, you can have success, but the biggest hurdle, right? The biggest, look, the bar is this. On your way to success, you cannot hurt other people to get there. That's just not going to cut it. Success at the sacrifice of other people, it's not going to get it. You end up hurting people, right? So integrity is important, right? But controversial, well, he said this, but then he changed it and said that. And look, success is success, and whether you can articulate something or not doesn't matter. In the end, it's all about action, right? And so this dude has had a successful sales career, and he just leveraged it. He's smart enough to leverage it and go to the next level and take things to the next level and take it to. He started as selling cars. He's not selling cars anymore, right? But he found his thing. He found this thing, and he was smart enough to get sales. Smart enough to get that, there's a certain kind of thing that you can get from that, move on. So I just appreciate the guy, and he inspires me, to continue to stretch, to continue to stretch. To be honest with you, quite frankly, I remember being kind of stuck in that 6-figure mode as well, kind of thinking, yeah, we're good. And reality is, it's not a lot of money. It may be good money, but it's not real money. You know, there's a line from a very famous movie. It's good. I think it was, oh God, I forget the name of it. Forget the name of it now. Great movie. Little hard, a little hard because it's talking about kids, being abused. But it was one of the great lines from that movie was, it's good. He makes good money, but he don't make real money. I'll never forget that. But man, guys, Mr. Kitao has said, first of all, did you guys even know there was an SBI IR3 Japan? I had no clue. Did you know that? Please let me know in the comments if you knew that there was an SBI IR3 Japan. And did you know that Mr. Kitao has said, point of fact, he is working to merge R3 and Ripple through the quarter thing so that XRP can be used in many facets. That's his thing. And I'm kind of paraphrasing there, but this dude is on it. Make no mistake about it, he is going to find and continue to find more use cases for XRP. Just the genius alone in giving out those 30 XRP to the shareholders of I think it was Morningstar is crazy, because he has like this crazy percentage of ownership in Morningstar. Like, this dude is in on everything, guys, and he has our back. Got to get that. I hope you guys feel confident about where you are. You heard me say that over and over and over again. You got to know what you hold, right? We say you have to know that you know, right? That you hold the greatest digital asset ever created. Man, that's exciting. Mr. Kitao is the one. Oh, so September, I think, is going to be a crazy month. I really do think it's going to be an eye-opening month. I think September is going to be that eye-opening month, because you got back launching, and I think they're getting the first phase of that custody thing in place as well. I just think that's going to be huge. September is going to be massive. The Swell Conference, I think that's October or November. I think there's going to be something major there as well. At least I certainly hope there's going to be a major announcement. But I think September, guys, I really do think that's going to be an eye-opening month for everyone. Not sure when Bitcoin is going to do this thing. I'm not really sure, but I think September is going to be an eye-opening month for a lot of people. And I'm excited about it. I am absolutely excited about it, because I know that the greatest digital asset ever created is XRP. And that the powers that be want it. Powers that be want it. So, guys, I was in the Investment Perspectives Telegram chat group. It was late last night. So I probably would get some of this wrong. But Mickey B. Fresh, Brad Kimes having a conversation in there, and they're talking about storage for demand, or storage on demand, one or the other. I think it was storage for demand, and how that could create a raise in price and value for XRP. And I love the concept. Again, guys, if you guys are in an Investment Perspective Telegram chat or group, get on the back of Brian's investment, what is it called? Investment Perspectives YouTube channel, and see, you're gonna have to check out his video, see when there might be a chance that they open it up. There's some really good stuff in there, but they were talking about the storage demand, and how that was going to raise the value of XRP, and perhaps that is what the escrow is all about, and why they're doing it that way. And they're also talking about PolySign and how they feel like as though PolySign is really in the middle of that whole escrow thing, and it just hasn't been said yet or discovered yet that is the case. But I do like that storage on demand thing, because I think it's interesting, because I think Kava Labs is doing something in September as well. They're doing something in September as well. That's another thing about September, that so they may be launching some segment of what they're looking to do with the CDP, collateralized depositions, in September as well. And I don't think that's a coincidence. I really don't. I don't think it's a coincidence that it's going to be happening in September. But something is supposed to be launching the middle of September. What is it? Gosh, I cannot remember. I apologize, guys. I cannot remember what that was. But what they were saying in the Telegram group or chat is that Kava and the CDP will be part of that quote unquote philosophy of the storage, because what they're looking to do. Oh, so they said two things. So that the retail investors, they gotta figure out a way to kind of get the retail investors to not just kind of be wanting to put that XRP out there for sale on the cheap, or at a $5 or $10 or something like that. But in fact, what they were looking to do to add to the store of value is to somehow get the XRP retail investors to hodl the XRP and not want to cash out at $50 or $20, right? And they were saying that Kava Labs could be a part of that for the retail investor side because of the CDP and this whole USDS thing, USDX, right? So you hold your XRP, you take collateralized loans, or maybe you loan it to other people, whatever the case is, you're taking it off the market, and you're not making it available for purchase, and this can raise the value. And this is part of that whole storage demand thing that they were talking about. The Kava Labs would play their part in that. Their role in that would be through the retail investors, and that makes sense. I know for me personally, if I'm given an opportunity where I can hold the vast majority, 90% of the XRP somewhere, because listen, I'm going to, well, I can't even say that. Ideally, collateralized loans, right, or a place where I'm earning interest on my XRP is the ideal thing. Without question, it's the ideal thing. So if I could do something with Kava, I will, if I can. I will do something with them. Because we don't know if there's going to be a limit. What if it's 50,000 XRP? Entry level, right? So I don't even know if there's going to be a limit to that or whatever. So we'll have to see. But I would do it. But the idea that, Kava would play its role in that with the retail investors to get them to hodl it and incentivize them to hodl it. And that was the other thing they were talking about. They were talking about, there's something in place to incentivize. What if there was something in place to incentivize institutions? Is the question that Mickey B. Fresh asked. What if there was a way to incentivize institutions to hold the XRP? It was something like, provide liquidity. Yep, market makes whatever. Provide liquidity, but then go snatch that thing back up again. And what if there was an incentive for the institutions to do that? Provide liquidity and then go snatch it back up again. And here's the thing. I know that there are a lot of smart people at Ripple. And so I know that they have figured it out or are figuring it out. Because I think that her name was Susan B. Athey, and she came up with that kind of concept. It was her and another guy, and they referenced another guy. The whole challenge of this velocity thing, where because just face it, they're especially from the speculative retail side, and they mentioned that in that article with Susan B. Athey and the other person. These people are going to want to cash out, right? They're going to want the retail people, right? Again, 6 figures is a lot of money for a lot of people. You get a chance to make what if it's a couple 100,000? You get a chance to make this. What if some people have never had in their bank account 10, 20,000, 40, 50,000 ever. So she's right, and the dude that wrote it with her are right. They're gonna the speculative retail side of this will want it. They will want to be getting rid of the XRP. So what can they do to kind of change that, right? So it's kind of then I think that the whole article was about that dilemma of this volume. I think they call it velocity, velocity thing in digital asset space, and that is essentially a bunch of people wanting to cash out when they can cash out, right? Or maybe it involves the traders in it trying to speculate and day trade it, whatever it might be. But my point is that they've been thinking about it. They've thought about it. You know, they're not going to let anything catch them by surprise. They've looked at all different directions and said, what if this happened? What if this happened? How can we do? And the bottom line is, you got a bunch of smart people figuring out how they can raise the value of XRP. That's good for us, right? That is good for us. So thank you, right? Thank you. So yeah, so that's great news as well. But I think that's an interesting conversation. I wish I could have hung out there on that Telegram group a little bit more and learn more about it. It's an interesting concept. I hope that Brad Kimes does a video on it. I hope you guys, whoever is in this chat, I hope you guys like message or DM or private message Brad Kimes on the Shane Ellis theory. Like, he needs to get home, get on that fall schedule so he can get home, so we could have this talk about the Shane Ellis theory, a deep dive, if you will, into that. But anyway, guys, just what do you think about that storage demand concept? I hope you guys, again, if you maybe I can grab a link or somehow from that article and put it in one of the videos. But I think that's an interesting conversation to be had. You know, because if they're thinking of ways, how can we raise the value of this thing and keep it there? It's important. The fact that they're going over that and they think about it is important. So anyway, guys, oh man, I am stuck behind some slow moving stuff. But yes, I wanted to bring that to you guys just to let you know, Mr. Kitao, he has our back. Rest assured, right? Or what they like to say, believe it. The dude has our back, and that's a cool thing. That's a cool thing to know, and that's a cool place to be as an XRP hodler. So anyway, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thanks for hanging out. I definitely appreciate you guys taking the time to check out the content. Never ever forget this, guys. Old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know. That the battle for you has already been fought. And the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.